Hey music fans and musicians, this is Ari Koinuma, and today I wanted to share an insight about melody that's often overlooked, which is how rhythm can make a melody interesting. You tend to think of melody as something, where the notes go up and down and that's how you make it interesting or not. And in another video I talked about how, it's an untuned for melody if the pitch doesn't change very much and it's just kind of boring to listen to if you take out the words and such. But even if the pitches or the notes don't change or don't do anything interesting, you can make a melody a whole lot more interesting by having a distinct rhythm to it. Or the other way to look at it is, if the rhythm is interesting, it makes the melody also interesting. And there are some melodies where you don't really notice how it moves very much, but it still has a distinct rhythm that really sticks to your head. So to demonstrate, I have a couple of examples here. First one is Jars of Clay's Flood. And this is a great example for reasons which I will explain after I demonstrate. If I can swim after 40 days and my mind is crushed by a crushing wave, lift me up so high that I cannot fall, lift me up. So that entire chorus section is just really static in terms of the notes. It just goes. Right? But yet it doesn't rely on the changes in notes to create interest. It's interesting to listen to because there's a very specific rhythmic motif. In fact, I wrote it out on score, and I will show you, how, even if you don't know how to read music, you can tell that from measure to measure there is a same figure that's being used. There's a pattern here, right? It goes like this. Alright, so that was an example of how a distinct rhythm can make a melody interesting without even changing notes. But if you combine that idea with melody that has more movements to it, then it's just like the ultimate, right? It's just so interesting to listen to. It just makes such a strong impression. So another example I'll bring to you is Nirvana's In Bloom. The section I'm talking about goes like this. He's the one who likes all our pretty songs, and he likes to sing alone, and he likes to shoot his gun, but he don't know what it means, don't know what it means, and I say Alright, so there are all kinds of rhythmic interesting thing going on there, but I'll play the melody's rhythm to you in the same drum setup that I used earlier. You notice that there's a definitely distinct shape to this rhythm. It goes like this. Alright, so you can tell that the second and the third measure has the same exact shape, and then even the last measure is just a little slight variation of the pattern that he's using here. And the thing about it is that, even if you take the notes out, right, and just listen to the rhythm isolated, it's so distinct that you recognize that that's the same phrase that you just heard in the song. So, to conclude, the rhythm is a very important and effective element even in melody writing, right? And a lot of times if something, a certain melody sticks to your head, it's because it's using very distinct rhythm, and you might not recognize it as such, but if it's catchy and if it's something you remember, chances are there's something interesting rhythmically going on as well. So next time you hear great melody or great songs, see if you can, spot a rhythmic pattern or two that's used in there. And if you're writing music, then of course play with the idea of having a certain pattern and see if you can sort of use that as almost like a guitar riff, right? I mean, the melody can have patterns in it too. It's not just some notes going randomly up and down. It can have a specific pattern or motif, and this is an idea, really powerful idea that you can play around with. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Alone now, I'm bleeding to a